In the early 1900s, Europe thrives in peace, unaware of the storm brewing on the horizon. Nations build powerful fleets, racing to dominate the seas with massive battleships. Secret alliances form, drawing countries into a web of promises and obligations. Colonial ambitions fuel rivalries as empires expand across Africa and Asia. Pride and ethnic tensions stir across the continent, preparing the stage for conflict. In Sarajevo, 1914, tensions run high as the Archduke passes through crowded streets. A subtle unease spreads among the people. Declarations of war ripple across Europe, pulling nations into a conflict no one could contain. Soldiers board trains, leaving homes and families behind as the continent marches toward war. In muddy trenches, soldiers endure harsh conditions and constant vigilance, far from home. Between the lines lies no man's land, a barren expanse scarred by artillery and uncertainty. A mysterious green haze drifts across the battlefield, testing the courage and resilience of those on the front. At Verdun, 1916, relentless bombardment challenges soldiers, yet their spirit holds firm. Fort Douaumont changes hands amidst smoke and confusion, symbol of the relentless struggle. French forces hold their ground, rallying under the cry, "They shall not pass." Burnt forests and misty fields stretch endlessly as soldiers navigate a landscape of shadows. The Somme sees massive artillery barrages, testing the endurance and courage of all armies. Mark I tanks emerge from the fog, signaling a new era in warfare. Fresh American troops arrive, bringing hope and renewed strength to the weary Allies. Stormtroopers advance across the battlefield, pressing forward under challenging conditions. On November 11, 1918, silence falls over the battlefield as the Great War comes to an end. Leaders gather to shape a new world order, signing treaties in grand halls, hoping for lasting peace. Fields of red poppies sway under the morning sun, honoring those who sacrificed everything. After the devastation of World War I, Europe lay in ruins. Nations struggled to rebuild while tensions simmered beneath the surface. The Treaty of Versailles imposed harsh penalties on Germany, forcing reparations, territorial losses, and military restrictions. This sowed deep resentment and political unrest. The world reels from the Great Depression, economies collapse, streets lie empty, hope fades in the 1930s. In Europe, extreme ideologies take hold. Nationalism and fascism rise, casting long shadows over nations. Diplomacy falters. The League of Nations fails to act, leaving aggression unchecked. Armies grow, weapons are forged, and nations prepare silently for the coming storm. Leaders plot expansion, borders are eyed with greed, old maps conceal looming conflict. Across the oceans, tensions rise in Asia. Harbors bustle with warships and uncertainty. Europe stands on the brink. Fear and tension grip every city and village. In 1939, the world teeters. One spark will ignite a conflict unlike any before. War erupts in Europe as nations take sides and the continent descends into chaos. Poland falls swiftly, armies advance, and the war spreads across the land. A tense lull grips the fronts. Silence fills the trenches, waiting for the storm. France collapses, cities fall, and shadows of occupation stretch across the land. The skies ignite as Britain stands alone, fighter planes roaring through the clouds. Night after night, London endures. Lights flash and the city trembles under distant fire. Deserts burn as convoys and tanks clash in the sands of North Africa. The Eastern Front erupts. Massive armies march across frozen landscapes toward Moscow. A city under siege, snow and starvation test the limits of endurance. A distant harbor smolders as an attack plunges the Pacific into war. Islands become battlegrounds. Ships and forces move across oceans with silent urgency. The city burns, and soldiers fight amidst ruins in one of the war's deadliest battles. Momentum shifts. Allies press forward. Hope rises on multiple fronts. Italy's coasts see battles. Forces advance through towns as resistance falters. Normandy beaches are stormed. The liberation of Europe begins with courage and chaos. Paris celebrates as citizens reclaim their streets, waving banners of freedom. Armies advance through Europe. Every step brings them closer to victory. Berlin lies in ruins. The capital of the Reich succumbs to the advancing Allies. Victory in Europe is declared. Joy erupts as the war in Europe ends. A new power emerges. The atomic age dawns, reshaping the world forever. Victory over Japan brings the global conflict to an end, and celebrations sweep the nations. The world awakens to a new order. Nations rebuild and hope rises from the ashes.